The automotive sector is undergoing significant change, which places car dealerships in a challenging position. The fact that Tesla and other electric car firms have lowered their pricing and taken a significant portion of their sales has particularly hurt legacy auto dealers like Ford. The question is, did Ford dealers get too greedy for their own good? As we all know that the prices of EVs are increasing day by day, and Elon Musk's masterstroke to cut Tesla's prices is preferable to the buyers, which is a drawback to Ford. But before we proceed, please hit the subscribe button to keep up with the latest EV news from EVNN. Now, let's begin. It is extremely rare for a car manufacturer to reduce the manufacturer suggested retail price, or MSRP, of a vehicle after it has been introduced to the market. Now that Tesla and Ford have both announced significant price cuts for their cars, this is exactly what happened to the four best-selling electric vehicles in the United States. Is it possible that this is the beginning of a full-blown price war for electric cars? In December, the MSRP for a new car in the United States reached a new all-time high of $49,507. This was an increase of 1.9%, or about $927 from November, and 4.9%, or $2,297 from December of the previous year. According to data issued by Kelley Blue Book, new vehicle inventory levels are rising from historic lows earlier in 2022, but prices remain elevated. Average transaction prices for new vehicles have been estimated by Kelley Blue Book to be higher than the average MSRP for more than a year. December sales were down from November but up from a year ago, in part because of increased availability. High prices and interest rates on loans have hurt sales. According to Rebecca Raidzowski, research manager of economic and industry analytics for Cox Automotive, the transaction data from December indicates total pricing showed no signs of dropping down as we moved into year-end. Truck sales were especially robust last month, and with many trucks selling for more than $60,000, a new record seemed all but inevitable. Luxury pricing decreased somewhat in December, but non-luxury transaction costs were up. In December, buyers paid an all-time high average of $45,578 for a new car that didn't fall into the premium segment. This was an increase of $994 from November. In August of 2022, temperatures were higher than ever before. For the first time since the spring of 2021, December saw sales of more than 270,000 trucks, and the average price paid for a new truck was above $59,000. According to Kelley Blue Book, the Ford F-Series pickup truck is the best-selling vehicle in the United States, with the average price paid for a new F-Series being well into the luxury territory at $66,451. Ford had its best month of 2022 in December, selling over 75,000 F-Series trucks. In December, prices were either flat or down for the vast majority of non-luxury brands. The non-luxury market saw the strongest pricing strength from Honda and Kia in December, with both brands selling at a premium of 5 to 6% over MSRP. According to a statement released by the Michigan-based manufacturer, Ford Motor Company, announced that it has added several $1,000s to the price of its electric pickup truck due to significant material cost increases and other considerations. The base model of the F-150 Lightning, now known as the Lightning Pro, will now have a starting price of $46,974, which is an increase of about $7,000 from its price tag of $39,974 earlier in the year. The most costly trim level of the pickup truck, known as the Platinum Extended Range, will now cost $96,874, which is a $6,000 increase. The price increases implemented by Ford are occurring on the same day as President Biden signs new legislation that is intended to make it simpler for automobile manufacturers to get the semiconductors necessary to construct new automobiles. According to officials from the White House, the CHIPS and Science Act allows more than $200 billion to help increase domestic production of computer chips. Although a lack of semiconductors has hampered the development of new vehicles, Ford has justified its price increases by citing increases in the cost of batteries. Ford has announced that pre-orders for the Lightning will begin for anyone interested in purchasing the vehicle at its revised pricing. The car manufacturer has stated that customers who have already placed a pre-order would be charged the previous amount. As a result of the skyrocketing cost of metals and other components, including lithium, which is required in the production of batteries, Rivian, GM, and Tesla have all increased the pricing of their electric vehicles. Nonetheless, the demand for electric vehicles is still robust despite the surge in prices. According to the results of a poll that was conducted and distributed by the Auto Club AAA a month ago, around 1/4 of Americans have expressed an interest in purchasing an electric vehicle as their next car. Since January, there has been a 70% increase in potential buyers interested in purchasing an EV, according to research conducted by Recurrent, a business that analyzes the automotive sector. As the United States works to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels, professionals in the automotive industry say it is essential to keep a close eye on the prices of electric vehicles. According to the opinions of several experts, even if charging stations start cropping up around the country, price increases on electric vehicles like those manufactured by Tesla could make it impossible for the middle class to purchase such vehicles. On the other hand, if we talk about Ford's biggest competitor in the market, i.e., none other than Tesla, Tesla has decreased the prices of its EVs, once again, as part of an effort to increase sales and compete with other companies. The price cuts, which can amount to several $1,000s depending on the model, come on the heels of significant markdowns of up to 20% that the company implemented in January. The increased burden of higher financing fees on potential customers comes at a time when Tesla's competitors are offering more electric vehicle options. Tesla has not responded to our request for comment. The company failed to meet its aim for 2022, which was to increase its deliveries by 50% annually, a failure that the company blamed on supply strain limits and a failing economy. But the CEO of the company, Elon Musk, has stated in the past that price drops were successful in increasing demand. In a presentation to investors that took place last week, Elon Musk stated that the desire for individuals to purchase a Tesla is high, but that the limiting factor is their capacity to pay for a Tesla. Mr. Musk issued a cautionary note in January stating that he anticipated a very terrible recession to affect demand this year, which would lead to a downturn for the sector as a whole. Mr. Musk stated that he anticipated that Tesla sales would continue to climb, and he pointed to the company's emphasis on price as the reason. According to Reuters, the most recent wave of price reductions is the 7th modification that Tesla has made to prices since the beginning of the year, when its markdown shook up the market for electric cars, leading some rival manufacturers to lower prices in response. Even after further price increases by Tesla for various models in some areas, overall costs are still lower than they were before. The company's most expensive vehicles, such as the Model S, its sports car, and the Model X, a mid-size sports utility vehicle, are eligible for the most recent reductions, which vary from 4 to 9% and are only available in the United States. The price reductions indicated on the website apply to the Model 3 sedan and the Model Y crossover in the UK and Europe. Traditional auto manufacturing giants like Ford and General Motors, as well as newer entrants to the market like Rivian and Lucid in the United States, and China's BYD and NIO, have increased their level of competition in recent years, which has made it more difficult for Tesla to maintain its lead in the market for electric cars. Following in the footsteps of market leader Tesla, Ford has decided to reduce the price of its Mustang Mach-E electric SUV by as much as $6,000 just a few short weeks later. According to a statement released by the car maker in Detroit, they announced that they will be raising production of the Mach-E this year and will be taking advantage of reduced expenses to cut pricing across the board. In its statement, Ford did not mention Tesla. Nevertheless, the Dearborn, Michigan-based business explained that the price decreases are part of Ford's goal to keep the SUV competitive in a market that is constantly shifting. "We are not going to cede territory to anyone," said Maureen Jaja, Chief Customer Officer of Ford Model E, which is the electric car unit of the firm. The base model with standard equipment of a Mach-E with rear-wheel drive will now cost $900 less, coming in at $45,995. The price of the most expensive model in the extended range of the GT will drop by $5,900, going from $69,895 to $63,995. The prices do not include the cost of delivery, any applicable taxes, or other government levies. On January 13th, Tesla Inc. reduced the pricing of various variants of its electric vehicles by a significant amount. As a result, several of the company's models are now qualified for a new federal tax credit, which may assist to stimulate customer enthusiasm. The most popular model of the company's SUV, the Model Y, saw a price cut in the United States of roughly 20% across all available configurations. Because of this reduction, more iterations of the Model Y will qualify for the $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit that is currently available and will remain so until March. In addition, Tesla decreased the base price of the Model 3, which is its most affordable variant, by around 6%. The reductions were made in reaction to a slowdown in demand as well as a decline in Tesla's stock price. Coming back to Ford, Mustang Mach-E's, Bronco sport utility vehicles, Maverick compact pickups, F-150 Lightning electric pickups, Transit and E-Transit gasoline and electric full-size vans, and more were all revealed as being manufactured by the car maker. Last year, the firm announced plans to hire an additional 1,100 workers at its full-size van facility in Clay Como, Missouri, just outside of Kansas City, and an additional 3,200 workers for the F-150 Lightning assembly line in Dearborn, Michigan. Mach-E, Maverick, and Bronco Sport are all manufactured at Ford's factories in Catutillan and Hermosillo, Mexico. This year, Ford will hire an undisclosed number of additional employees for these locations. There will be an increase in manufacturing line speeds and additional staff will be added shortly. For over 2 years, shortage of computer chips caused by the coronavirus pandemic has been a major factor in the slump of sales of automobiles in the United States. However, the shortage of chips is beginning to lessen and car manufacturers like Ford are beginning to boost production in stock dealer lots. Sales of Ford vehicles were down by a little more than 2%. LMC Automotive, however, predicts that industry sales will rise to 15 million this year, up 9.5% from the same month last year. In February, Ford saw an increase in sales of over 22%. According to LMC and Global Data's executive VP of Automotive, Jeff Schuster, the industry is on the way back. By the end of the year, the company expects to be producing 210,000 Mach-E's per year, plus 80,000 more Bronco Sports and Mavericks. The number of Transit and E-Transit vehicles built this year will increase by 38,000. All models that will experience production increases this year have had increased sales so far this year. As a result of high demand and limited supply, prices have risen and users have had to wait long periods for some more popular models. Schuster predicted that prices for even best sellers would begin to drop this year as the chip shortage abated and manufacturers increased production. The high prices are expected to stay high and are not expected to return to pre-pandemic levels, but he did say that I would expect some relief on the pricing front. So what do you think? Will Ford go with the online option to get a grip on the EV market? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's all for the video today. We'll be right back soon. Don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.